Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Late Twisha Sharma's absconding husband Samart Singh has moved the Madhya Pradesh High Court, claiming that his family was cooperating with the investigating team. This comes after the family of Twisha Sharma met with the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, whose government is facing immense pressure due to this investigation. The Madhya Pradesh government has initiated a case against Twisha Sharma's mother-in-law, Giribala Singh, for dowry death after she was earlier granted an anticipatory bail early in this case. In fact, NewsX has accessed Samart's bail plea. Let's take a look at what it says. In fact, we're going to quickly apprise our viewers with what this bail plea of Samart, of course, says. This is the big news coming in regarding, of course, what Samart Singh's legal team has been arguing. So they are saying, of course, very clearly that Twisha had travelled from in-laws' home to parents' home 5 times between 9th of December and the 12th of May. Also, is what Samart's legal team is claiming is that Twisha at times got highly erratic, inconsistent, and also volatile. So the behavior patterns are also being questioned by the defense team of Samart Singh, who's of course an accused now in this case. Also, she exhibited volatile systems after not taking drugs, is what they're claiming. They also say Twisha's behavior after learning of her pregnancy was actually quite disturbing. That's something that Giribala Singh has also been claiming, the mother of Samart. Now, Twisha had stated, "I have lived in the world of glamour and I can't continue being a housewife." That is what the absconding husband is saying in his plea about his now deceased wife. Twisha had access to drugs in Noida and she frequently visited NCR. That's also what he continuously is saying. Twisha began to feel guilty about taking the MTP pill, but that's of course what led to that aborted pregnancy, that abortion, or of course the attempt to do it. Twisha had booked a ticket to Ajmer also on the 15th of May and then cancelled it. That's what is being claimed by Samart's legal team. Twisha was driven to suicide by personality conflicts and drug addiction. So this is of course the legal defense that is being put forth by Samart's defense team, his legal team. Remember, of course, he continues to be absconding, he continues to be missing. There is of course a warrant out for him, but he has not surrendered yet, nor has he been nabbed by the authorities. Let me also bring in at this point Sanjay Sahai, former IPS officer, who is joining us. Sanjay Sahai, what do you make of the defense of Samart, all that his legal team is stating about his now deceased wife and her behavior patterns which they claim led to this death?
See, I don't at the current point, I will not provide enough of a credibility to whatever is being talked about by the legal team. See, the case started, I think it was 12th of May. It has been a long time and the investigators have been provided with enough and sufficient time, and the progress which has been made in this case has literally been tardy. Less has been as far as the investigation is concerned, and more has been by way of interviews and lots of things appearing in the public domain or appearing in the media. Now, by this time, at least they should have established a very concrete chain of events. The timelines itself are missing, and also what led to it. See, it is abetment to suicide or dowry death. If it is a dowry death, and if the case is taken as a dowry death, I don't think in a dowry death generally you get anticipatory bail. And with the nature of things which is being spoken by the mother-in-law, I think it is in the fitness of things that she should have undergone a custodial interrogation, which means that she should have been given to police custody, and all these things which are completely unverifiable today could have been verified through police custodial investigation. So that is broadly where it stands. The ligature mark issue is still not sorted out. So broadly, these are the gaping loopholes. The defense is trying its level best to utilize all these loopholes and the behavioral patterns in last 5 months as they claim, which primarily aim that she was not in a normal state of mental health, and she was a person of aberrant behavior and all that. See, aberrant behavior and all that somehow is not the issue right now. The issue is whether it was abetment to suicide, whether dowry was a point of contention which led to the death, and whether the people who are named in the FIR, who are the accused in the FIR, whether they were party to this particular offense or not, which has to be very clearly corroborated by the medical evidence, which is still, I think it is an open sort of a thing. It is still not shut. There are medical reports to come. The belt has been provided. Whether it will, the ligature and this will match with the second autopsy or in whichever manner, or a detailed study of the autopsy by the same team. Then whether there are some injuries, and I think the Bhopal Police Commissioner was of the view that those are simple injury marks. Whether it is simple or whether it is grave, we are nobody to tell. It is only the doctors will say. But it is important whether it was ante-mortem or post-mortem. If it was ante-mortem, it opens another plethora of questions for investigation which needs to be tied up. Currently, the case still stands at crossroads, and very detailed, meticulous investigation needs to be done where every single knot needs to be tied. So there are issues with whatever has happened in the 5 months. There are issues with what transpired, which led to this particular act.
Yes.
Whether it is a dowry death or
okay.
not.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're getting more news
Yeah.
coming in now. A fresh video has emerged in the Twisha Sharma case. A new video of Twisha has surfaced on social media, showing her smiling and dancing to a devotional song inside what appears to be a home. The clip, which also shows a pet dog nearby, has quickly gone viral and is now being widely shared online. The video has reignited discussion around the ongoing case, with users raising questions over earlier allegations made by in-laws, including claims of mental health issues and drug use. Nitesh Shukla is joining us live from Bhopal. Nitesh, when is this video believed to be from? And talk us through what is happening in this video of Twisha Sharma.
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए ट्विशा शर्मा का जो वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है उससे स्पष्ट ये हो रहा है कि वो एक डॉग के साथ जो भगवान का कोई गाना बज रहा है, उसमें कोई गाना बज रहा है, उसमें वो डांस कर रहे हैं और उसके अलावा बहुत खुश दिखाई दे रहे हैं। कुल मिलाकर कहा जाए तो उनका जो परिवार है उसके सास के घर में थी, जो समर्थ सिंह के घर में थी, वो डांस कर रही थी, अपने आप में खुशी जाहिर कर रही थी। उसके बाद इस तरीके का माहौल देखने को मिला। तो कहीं ना कहीं ये वीडियो ये भी सिद्ध करता है कि जो ट्विशा शर्मा थी वो उनके ससुराल में खुश थी। उसके बाद ये किस तरीके की कंडीशन आई है उसको लेकर लगातार उस वीडियो से ऐसी सिद्ध हो रही है। उसके बाद भी कई रिपोर्टें सामने आई है और अभी कुल मिलाकर कहा जाए तो अभी गिरिवाला सिंह की भी कुछ बातें आई हैं सामने, जिसमें कि ट्विशा के परिजनों ने फिर आरोप लगाया है कि ट्विशा की जिस दिन मौत हुई थी उसके सेकेंड डे में जब ट्विशा शर्मा की जो सास गिरिवाला सिंह है उनकी कॉल डिटेल देखी गई तो उन्हें लगभग 40 ऐसे व्यक्तियों से बात करी है जो न्यायपालिका से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, जो प्रभावशाली लोग हैं। उसके अलावा सीसीटीवी का जो ऑपरेटर है उससे भी बात करी है। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो साक्ष्य होते हैं सीसीटीवी के जो फुटेज थे उसमें भी कहीं छेड़छाड़ हुई है, उसको लेकर संदेह जताया है।
Khushbu Jain, advocate, also joins us now on the broadcast. Khushbu, even as the family of Twisha now, rather of course her in-laws, all are leveling charges of drug addiction and her mental state. Here a video emerging where she's looking quite happy, she's dancing, she's playing with her dog, she is singing and dancing to a devotional song.
See, first, let me be clear that this is an ongoing investigation and it would be very inappropriate for any of us to prejudge on the facts or any of the evidence. See, the law has to take its own course and the courts will ultimately determine the capability on the basis of material which is placed on record. Now, my comments here today, I want to restrict it not on the merits of this specific case, but on the larger pattern of how women are being treated. In today's world, which is 2026 that we are talking about, you're talking about characterizing women, you're talking about shaming women, you're talking about degrading or dehumanizing a person who's a woman, using words such as calling them prostitute, using questioning on her morality. It's not just an insult to that one individual who is no more here to defend, but it practically reflects the mindset that believes a woman's worth is tied to her sexual history or so-called purity. And that's something which is very shameful and appalling. And I'm shocked that how this is there today we are talking about, when we're talking about women reservation, we are talking about equality, we are talking about women empowerment, and one side you're talking about such dehumanizing act which is still happening in our households, in our society, and we are just closing eyes on that part. So I think whether what has happened, not happened, the facts will keep emerging and we'll get a correct story about it and it will take its own due course. But in the meantime, I think the focus has to be on the part of that why women are put to that dehumanized situation still in the year 2026 based on her prehistory or whatever has happened, and especially at the scenario where the person is no more there to defend herself. And even if to defend, who gives the right to another individual to practically characterize or dehumanize them on morality part or sexual history or whatever? It's a personal choice of a person. Who gives the right? No right has been given to any other person or any other women, whether father-in-law, mother-in-law, or the families of the in-law. Two max, it can be a situation between the two people, that can be a husband and wife, and that also on the part which is private between both of them doesn't allow the other person also to practically use like that.
Okay. In fact, Twisha's family counsel now, Ankur Pandey, has made a statement as well on this case. He has said Giribala Singh was granted bail against the established principle against the law. The observations made by the court regarding that presumption loss are that we do not accept this presumption in this situation. The finding by the registrar in passing this act is very wrong, going against the law. They've granted the benefit of anticipatory bail to Giribala Singh. Against this, we are moving for the cancellation of the bail in the High Court today, is what the family counsel of Twisha has now stated.
विक्टिम की फैमिली ने भी करा, हाई कोर्ट के जो वकील हैं, जो एक्सपर्ट हैं, लीगल एक्सपर्ट हैं, उनसे भी ओपिनियन लिया गया। वो कानून विरोधी, कानून के विरुद्ध, एक स्थापित सिद्धांत के विरुद्ध उनको जमानत दी गई, क्योंकि इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट जो अब भारतीय साक्ष्य अधिनियम हो गया है, उसमें धारा 118 एक प्रिजम्पशन क्लॉज होता है। उस प्रिजम्पशन क्लॉज के संबंध में जो ऑब्जर्वेशन न्यायालय द्वारा लिए गए हैं कि आज हम इस स्थिति में इस प्रिजम्पशन को नहीं मानते, आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, वो फाइंडिंग बहुत गलत है। जो लेजिस्लेचर द्वारा एक्ट पास करा गया है, जो कानून बनाया गया है, उस कानून के विपरीत जाकर उन्होंने अग्रिम जमानत का लाभ गिरिबाला सिंह को दिया है। इसके अगेंस्ट हम हाई कोर्ट में आज बेल कैंसिलेशन के लिए मूव कर रहे हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं कि शासन भी इसका विरोध करे। सर, हम इसीलिए मूव कर रहे हैं क्योंकि कल मजिस्ट्रेट ने हमारी एप्लीकेशन को इस कारण से रिजेक्ट नहीं कर दिया कि फर्स्ट पोस्टमार्टम में कुछ कमी थी या नहीं। उन्होंने सेकंड पोस्टमार्टम के लिए केवल वो दिल्ली नहीं भेज सकते, उनका जुरिस्डिक्शन नहीं है। इस आधार पर उन्होंने हमारी एप्लीकेशन के एक प्रेयर को माना नहीं, और दूसरे में उन्होंने प्रिजर्वेशन के ऑर्डर करे और लिखा एसएचओ को कि आप जाइए बॉडी प्रिजर्व करिए। -80 डिग्री का ऑर्डर में भी जिक्र है, उन्होंने लिखा है कि आप जाके प्रिजर्व करिए। अब आज एसएचओ साहब आज मजिस्ट्रेट को जवाब जमा करें, यहाँ फैसिलिटी है नहीं है, तो हम हाई कोर्ट साइमल्टेनियसली जा रहे हैं और वहां से डायरेक्शन लेने की कोशिश।
Nitesh Shukla joins us for more details on this story. Nitesh, the family's counsel says they are moving to cancel the bail granted to Giribala Singh. They are moving the High Court today.
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए जो ट्विशा के परिजन हैं और ट्विशा के परिजनों का जो वकील है वो भी हाई कोर्ट पहुंचे हैं, और समर्थ सिंह के जो फेवर के वकील थे आज वो भी हाई कोर्ट पहुंचे हैं। उसके अलावा जो समर्थ सिंह की अग्रिम जमानत को लेकर लगातार उनके वकील जो पैरवी कर रहे थे हाई कोर्ट जबलपुर में, उन्होंने आज पहुंचने की कोशिश करी, लेकिन उन्हें हो सकता है कि उन्हें शुक्रवार या सोमवार को इस चीज़ की तारीख मिलेगी, उस पर सुनवाई होगी। उसके बाद अग्रिम जमानत के लिए जो समर्थ सिंह के लिए लगातार उनके वकील खड़े हुए हैं, उसको लेकर लगातार अब पैरवी कर रहे हैं। और वहीं यदि ट्विशा के परिजनों के वकील की बात की जाए तो वो भी अब हाई कोर्ट में कदम रखेंगे, क्योंकि गिरिबाला सिंह जो पूर्व जज रही हैं, उन्हें अग्रिम जमानत मिल गई थी, उसके विरोध में अब लगातार जो उनके वकील हैं उसको लेकर लगातार अब हाई कोर्ट में कदम रखेंगे और हाई कोर्ट में अपील दायर करेंगे कि उनको अग्रिम जमानत मिली थी उसे खारिज की जाए। उसके बाद समर्थ सिंह को अग्रिम जमानत नहीं मिले, इसको लेकर भी उनकी अपील दायर की जाएगी लगातार। और उसको लेकर जो कई केस में कुछ पॉइंट रह गए थे जो उन्हें स्थानीय कोर्ट से लगता है कि यहाँ से रह गए थे, उसको लेकर वो हाई कोर्ट में अपना अगला कदम रखने के लिए तैयार हो चुके हैं। जी।
The SIT in fact has now also issued a third notice for questioning to Twisha's mother-in-law, former Judge Giribala Singh. Sources tell us that investigators have cited alleged non-cooperation with the probe and violation of bail conditions as scrutiny around this case continues to grow. Sanjay Sahai, former IPS officer, continues to be with us on the broadcast. Sanjay Sahai, an SIT third notice now going out to Giribala Singh, even as the defense team of Twisha's family is moving the High Court to cancel the bail granted to her.
See, I think Giribala Singh, as I have told earlier also, she knows the nuances of the law pretty well. And she has been trying to use these nuances of the law in her favor. As the situation stands today, for the proper and fair investigation, there is a need for custodial interrogation of Girbala Singh. That will reveal quite a lot of things, and the police will be able to get clues by which they can get into the investigation at a faster mode, and they will be able to collect all sorts of evidence. The digital evidence which will be available on her mobile phone and variety of other gadgets connected to other people who have been talking to her or interacting with her, and that will provide the crucial evidence. So this is very critical to the whole thing. While the police has not been able to interrogate her, she has been all across the town talking about varieties of things related to the case, inclusive of character assassination,
Yes.
as Khushbu was also talking about. And the most important part is that in law, the previous behavior character that nowhere comes into the picture,
Okay.
and she's absolutely
Okay, stay with us, Mr. Sai. We're getting more breaking news also coming in now. The Twisha Death Probe has taken another fresh legal turn. The family has approached the High Court seeking cancellation of anticipatory bail granted to Twisha's mother-in-law, Girbala Singh. Family members have strongly objected to statements allegedly made against Twisha and are demanding stricter action in the case. All right, further breaking news, in fact, also that we're tracking now. We have a statement coming in from Twisha's father, Navnidhi Sharma. He says, we are going to the High Court for cancellation of the anticipatory bail given to Twisha's mother-in-law. It's clearly visible what kind of woman she was and how she was torturing Twisha. They didn't think it was appropriate to call an ambulance or the police station. Besides, they called all their influential relatives. Let's listen in to the father's statement.
जी मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ भाइयों, किसी की बहन मरती है, बेटी मरती है, उसके जो मारने वाला है वो तो आसानी से उसका चरित्र हनन कर देता है। मीडिया के सामने बार बार आकर के क्या आपको आज पता होना चाहिए। आज मैं सभी भाइयों से कहता हूँ, जाके देखिए जिस कॉलेज में लड़की पढ़ती थी, इंदिरा कॉलेज, वहां पर आज शोक सभा रखी गई है जिसमें लाखों स्टूडेंट, लाखों महिलाएं देख रही हैं इस कार्यक्रम को। पूरी शोक सभा चल रही है, उसकी शोक सभा वहां चल रही है।
So the family, Khushbu Jain, of course, of Twisha, clearly now deciding to challenge the anticipatory bail granted to her. They've moved the High Court as we speak. We heard the lawyer earlier. Now we heard the father of Twisha. How maintainable is this appeal really going to be? And the grounds they are citing in why they've decided to appeal.
See, I do not have the text of the specific anticipatory bail order that was being granted to Mrs. Singh, and at the same time, I do not have the exact grounds on which the anticipatory bail has been challenged. But in law, if I have to make a very generalized statement, see, there are some grounds for granting anticipatory bail. Whether it was correct or not correct, we cannot comment. But today, the situation that we are in, whether it can be challenged or not, yes, it can very well be challenged, because there are three areas. One, if somebody is found misusing the bail, giving public statements that can amount to either influencing witnesses, it can prejudice the investigation, or intimidating the complainant family or the people who are involved in the case. These are the good grounds when it comes to cancellation of anticipatory bail, number one. The number two that comes is breach of an explicit condition that were being laid down in the bail order. That means not contacting any witness, not speaking about the case, joining investigation whenever it's called, and specific timelines that are being given.
Right.
Not leaving the city. So there are a lot of conditions that can be there. But I think the way it has been transpiring and the way statements have been given after the anticipatory bail was being granted, I think it has a fresh ground for somebody to appear challenge that.
Yes, which is why they have decided to challenge it. All right, more updates, in fact, that we're also tracking this hour. As per reports, a close friend of Twisha now has come out and claimed that she had two phones and that her personal phone was retrieved only after 3 to 4 days. This revelation is expected to raise fresh questions in the ongoing investigation as agencies continue to examine the sequence of events and possible gaps in evidence handling. Nitesh Shukla continues to be live with us from Bhopal. Nitesh, this new report now coming in that a friend of Twisha's claims that she had a second phone. They're also, claiming that the first phone was only discovered and recovered after 3 to 4 days.
जी बिल्कुल ऐसा आरोप लगाया जा रहा है। ट्विशा की जो सास हैं गिरिवाला सिंह, उनके द्वारा भी आरोप लगाया गया है कि ट्विशा के पास 2 फ़ोन हुए थे, लेकिन 2 फ़ोन की ऐसी किसी भी तरीके की जांच नहीं मिली है। और उसके बाद जो उनका पहला फ़ोन है वो नहीं मिल रहा है, उसको ढूंढा भी जा रहा है, लेकिन उसकी मुलाकात नहीं हुई है और उसकी कोई भी ऐसी जानकारी नहीं मिली थी कि 2 फ़ोन थे। हाँ, उनका 1 फ़ोन जरूर था जिससे व्हाट्सएप पर उनके परिवार की चैटिंग होती थी, उनके परिजनों की चैटिंग हुई है, जिस पर उन्होंने लिखा हुआ है कि माँ मैं गलत जगह हो गई हूँ, गलत जगह फंस गई हूँ, अब ये मैं यहाँ नहीं रह पाऊंगी। इसका उन्होंने पहले से जो सूचना थी उसको लेकर लगातार उनकी चैटिंग चल रही थी, चाहे वो उनकी कजिन हो, चाहे उनके भाई हो, इन लोगों से लगातार इस तरीके की चल रही थी। लेकिन दूसरे फ़ोन रखने का लगातार आरोप लगा रही हैं उनकी सास। ऐसी कोई भी अभी तक पुष्टि नहीं हुई है और जिसकी सर्चिंग अभी की गई घर में।
मगर दोस्त ये भी कह रहे हैं कि शायद 3 से 4 दिन की देरी हुई थी फोन रिकवर करने में। क्या इस बीच कुछ उस फोन में हुआ था? क्या ये आरोप दोस्त लगा रहा है नितेश?
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए हर चीज़ों को लेकर लगातार जो पक्ष हैं, ट्विशा शर्मा के परिजन हैं और ट्विशा शर्मा के जो ससुराल पक्ष के लोग हैं वो एक दूसरे पर आरोप लगा रहे हैं इस तरीके से। अब ट्विशा के पोस्ट जब इस तरीके से उन्होंने जब उसकी मौत हुई थी, जब घटना स्थल से कितने सारे साक्ष्य बरामद नहीं हुए, तो उसके बाद जो मोबाइल की बात की जाए तो 3 से 4 दिनों तक उनका मोबाइल पुलिस की कस्टडी में नहीं पहुंचा था, उसकी जाँच नहीं हो पाई थी, इसका भी आरोप लगाया है। ये सत्य बात है, उसको लेकर लगातार जाँच चल रही थी और उसमें से जो साक्ष्य थे, उसमें से जो चैटिंग थी, डिटेल्स थे, वो मिटा दिए गए। इस तरीके के आरोप भी लगाए जा रहे हैं, लेकिन अब इनकी जांच चल रही है। एसआईटी गठित की गई है, एसआईटी टीम गठित करने के बाद जांच पूरी कर रही है कि आखिर इसमें गहन मुद्दा क्या था।
चलिए नितेश, शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। We've run out of time. My thanks to our guests as well who joined us on this broadcast. We're taking a very short break. At that point, much more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned to NewsX.